Hey guys, it's Natasha here with Natasha Brooks Fitness. I wanted to talk to you today about my mantra, which I have called MOVE, and basically the mind being over virtually everything in your life. So today I wanted to touch a little bit about self-doubt, and not necessarily how to overcome it, but where self-doubt actually comes from. So yesterday, my sister and I were kind of sitting around at the pool while we were on vacation having a conversation. And for being 16 years apart, we actually have a lot of similarities in not only our personality, but kind of the way that we go through life. And it made me kind of step back and think, like, that's really odd. Like, we're in two different generations, like, and grew up with two totally different lifestyles. So how is it that we are actually so much alike? And it got me thinking, kind of like back on growing up and the things that I went through and some of the things that she possibly went through in her life. And I realized that a lot of it comes down to self-doubt. But, you know, as children, you're carefree, you're full of life, there's nothing in the world that can stop you when, you know, you're growing up and you're a toddler and things like that. So how does it become that all of a sudden we're not smart enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not tall enough, we're not whatever the adjective is enough? And it actually comes from other people projecting their insecurities on you, whether that is social media or friends or relatives or whoever. Someone at some point in your life has stopped you from doing something because of their own insecurities. And honestly, guys, that's so messed up. Like, I think about, like, you know, school was never really hard for me. Like, I wasn't the star athlete. I was just the nerdy girl with the glasses in the front of the room with her hand up, answering all the questions. Because that's what I was good at. That's what I was told to be good at. That was what was pushed to me. It was always pushed to, you know, have straight A's and be really smart because you have to make a lot of money when you grow up. And I didn't really struggle with school until I got to college, and I was doing, you know, most of my classes were fairly easy, but my IT classes were hard because it was something I had never been exposed to, and the only reason why I was doing it was because it was math and science based, and math and science were my really fun, good subjects in school, and I'm like, it makes a lot of money. But I was never really passionate about it. Like, even now that I've been in the industry for, like 12, 13 years, like, it's still not passionate for me. I get up, I go to work, I watch the clock, waiting for it to be time to go home. I go home, I try to enjoy that little bit of time before I have to go to bed and do it all over again. And you're always wishing for the weekend, and you're always wishing, you know, for that vacation or for something else. But, like, I wouldn't dare leave because I'm insecure about the fact that I'm leaving something that's really firm and established to something that may not be that firm and established. And then you also have to deal with the fact that when you are making those decisions, you're always gonna, like, your biggest supporters are your biggest haters. Let me say that again, guys. The ones that are supposed to be your biggest supporters usually end up being your biggest haters. Not because what you're doing is a threat to you, or not because what you're doing is anything but a reminder that they're not happy. Why? Why do people project their own insecurities on you when they see you either moving forward, or, you know, you're trying to better yourself, or you're trying to eat better, or you're trying to move forward in life, like get a better degree? There's always that person who's supposed to support you the most who drags you down. They're that weight around your ankle that just keeps pulling you underwater, and you suffocate. And back to this whole thing with my sister, like I said, we're 16 years apart, and the same weight that I had on me, she has on her. And I always, like, when she was born, I was always like, I gotta protect her. I gotta make sure that she gets past all of this. And not that I failed, but I graduated. I went to high school, and then I started my career. So I wasn't there physically all the time for her. And I feel really bad now, you know, she's 20, and the same thing that I was trying to protect her from is the things that she's going through. So M.O.V.E, or, you know, mind over virtually everything, even though I adopted it when I was going through the things with ulcerative colitis, I've realized here in the last couple of months that it applies to so much more in our lives. It's not just about getting past an illness or a hurdle in your life. You actually have to apply it to almost everything that you're doing in your life, because if the mind can't achieve it, or the mind can't see it, the body is not going to follow. The body's not going to achieve what you want it to. So, guys, listen, I'm hiding out in another bathroom here in the vacation house that we're staying in. I can hear people looking for me because it's about dinner time. So I'm going to jump off, but I'm going to post the link to the blog that's talking about this in the comments. Please go read up on it and read the first part and the second part. This is the second part. And, you know, let's talk about, you know, moving, how to start your movement. I've started mine. I want to help you start your movement. So guys, I'll see you soon. Have a good one.